Hey now, everybody. Hey now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Over the Line Hot Takes. That's right, Andrew McLean with you yet again, and I'm so glad to be here. We don't have a lot of people like we did the past couple of nights, but this time we've got the one and only Jonathan Bird. John Bird, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I gotta say, man, I want to preface this with, I love you, and
Thanks, dude.
you're the greatest producer that I've ever had. But getting ready for this podcast has been a learning curve. We had this discussion last night when we did that podcast with the camera thing, and that was just one thing that we can get a handle on. But today we had the issue of figuring out the sound. I don't know how the sound settings got swapped up. Actually, they didn't get swapped up. We spent 45 minutes trying to figure out why we could not hear the volume coming out of the computer.
Why couldn't we?
Well, we couldn't because the headphones were muted.
I told Tony not to mess with it before he left. He obviously had that button pushed.
Yeah, I don't know. But I remember I said several times, I'm like, John Bird, I think it's a button on the soundboard. And he's just clicking away, looking through every single setting in this computer. And then finally, you click the buttons, and it
I finally fixed it. Good land. It took forever. But
and then we get, remember, we're house sitting for Tony.
oh,
Then we get word that there's been a delivery on the front porch, okay? So John Bird's going down there to get it, and I say to myself, I better follow. One, because I don't know how big this package is, but also two, maybe he might need some help. So I just went and stood in the doorway. And he goes out there, and I hear him walk through the door and everything else, and then all of a sudden I start hearing the doorbell, and I'm like, he's just being John Bird. And then I hear it again and again and again, and then the knocking starts. I'm like, was John Bird locked himself out? And so I go, and he has locked himself out. So I'm trying to help him get out, okay? And I can't do it. I can't get it unlocked. So I go around. I go through the garage. I go around. I'm like, John Bird, let's just bring the TV in through this way. So John Bird comes around, but he doesn't have the TV with him. And so he comes back in the house. He's like, no, I've figured it out. He goes out there to get the TV, locks himself out again until I'm just like, okay, I'm going to go get the TV. So I went around the house, picked up the TV, and then brought it inside.
okay, everybody, you've heard his version. Now, do you want to hear the truth from me?
He's like Trish right now. Yeah, go ahead. What? Tell us your truth.
All right. You had mentioned that there was a TV. Now, I was not informed originally. Tony had told me there would be dog food from Chewy.com, which arrived, and I put it where it was supposed to be, and that there was a chair arriving today. So I was on the lookout for that. And then you had mentioned, evidently, he contacted you about the
TV.
and you let me know. So I went out there, and I got the TV, and the door closed. And then that stinking ringer thing turned red. I was like, what the heck? Why is it red? It worked yesterday. So then I'm like, okay, I don't want to walk into the rain. I'm like, well, I can't walk into the rain to get around to the garage because the garage door is closed. And then I was like, oh, you know what? I'll get the garage door openers in my car. And I'm like, oh, wait, I parked the car in the garage. So then I just started going, ding dong, ding dong. Of course, the dogs are going.
What was amazing to me is that you locked yourself out of the house twice. Like, you had already done it once, and it took 10 minutes off of our start time. And then when I came to get you from around the house, you went out there again and locked yourself out again.
No, I did not. Tony magically came through the little blue circle.
Oh, the ring.
Thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was like, hey, man, it's no problem. It gets stuck. That's what it is. It gets stuck. Just yank on it. So I started yanking on it. I said, no, yank it hard like you're about to break it. I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, oh, both hands, and it didn't work.
It's like the problem is Fort Knox around here. I mean, it really is. There's like so much security. I mean, there's security people lurking in the darkness that we don't even know about. I don't want to know about. It's scary, actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, then I started to bring the TV around. You come around there and pushed me and said, "No, I've got it." And then you brought it in. I came around.
Yeah. It was chaotic. Just to start this show, it was very, very chaotic. And but I'm glad we've got it started. That's a good thing. I do need to give a shout out, and I forgot to pull this up. Let me just do this in real time. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I got to pull up Facebook real quick. Just go to the browser.
I'm gonna go to the Facebook.
Yeah, pull up a tab. Let's see. Yeah, type in the Facebook. We got this. Listen, we got this.
Facebook.
All right, click that. I should be logged in already.
Yeah.
Got a little search bar.
Yeah.
Click it again.
Come on, internet. This internet's so slow. He's got the slowest internet of anybody.
Dude, he will slap you if he heard you say that.
What? Okay, and
search.
Mm-hmm.
Search it. Top left, hit Wild Hair Jerky. No, it's right there. It's right there on the screen. Click that bad boy.
Wild Hair Jerky.
And pull that up for me on our screen there.
Mm.
Wild Hair Jerky bringing you this Over the Line Hogs podcast. Our good friends John Bird can attest to the delicious goodness of Wild Hair Jerky.
Look at that. That's delicious.
Give me, I mean, seriously, you love Wild Hair Jerky, right?
Oh, yeah, man. Garlic and herb. Game changer.
That may be their best flavor.
Yeah. Teriyaki's good, too, now.
The Jamaican one was good.
Yeah, the jerk.
The one that I really liked, which is one of the newer ones, was Backyard Barbecue. It tasted like Golden Flake barbecue chips. I was actually a really big fan of that one.
Oh, yeah. You
remember that?
Yeah, because that had some heat to it, but I could handle it.
Yeah,
no problem.
It was good.
That was very good.
All these flavors, they're on the verge of opening up, as we always say. And I know you're probably thinking to yourself, is he really opening up? No, they really are. They're right here on the verge of busting open the doors. And if you'll go to this Facebook page and click like, you'll be the first to know when they're open. They'll ship some jerky to you. If you go like the page, maybe send them a quick message and tell them, hey, now.
Yep.
And that your friends at Over the Line sent you there. So outside of all of our chaos, John Bird, how's your day been as a whole? It's been at work. It's been a little chaotic because of everything going on in the news, Israel, Palestine.
Yeah.
It's just heavy. And, I mean, I talked about this before. It's almost like it's too much because it's 3 hours straight. There's no break. We finally did a wheel of segments today, but it just feels like there's not much of a break.
Yeah, it's like a cloud kind of hanging over you. And then of course I told you about the dream where I dreamed I didn't have pants on at one of our remotes.
Has that stuck with you all day? It's like
yeah,
that's continued to bother you?
I keep looking down to make sure that they're still there. And my pants are still there. So it was not true. It was just a dream.
Yeah.
So I feel a lot better about that. But I forgot my train of thought. Carry on. Shut up.
This is Bird. This is Bird. And I was talking to somebody about you yesterday. It may have been Trish. And I was kind of reviewing last night's podcast, and I'm like, you see the way he acts? Like, that's exactly why John Bird is such a fit for the line and the podcast and everything. Now, what is sad is coming up over the next several days, you're not going to be with us.
Well, not completely with you.
We're going to try to make sure you're with us for Roundtable Willie this week, but on our other podcasts, you are going to be MIA because you are having to work late. You're filling in for AJ, who's going on vacation. By the way, I thought AJ was going on vacation next week. Did that change at the last minute?
Well, Valerie, our PD program director, sent an email to us and added those 2 days in. So
maybe he just decided. I don't know. Maybe he just had to leave. Maybe he called me I don't know if I should even be talking about this, but he called me at like 2 o'clock when I was leaving, and I called him back, and he said, never mind. I thought maybe Leland didn't show up, but I was like, I just talked to Leland. Sometimes he does remote, and they can't get it to work, and I have to fill in.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it really throws my schedule off because staying here at Tony's, it's a further drive than it is for me, going to my home.
This is further from the station than your house? I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, because I just get on 65.
Well, you don't want to tell people where you live, but yeah, I just thought it was further away.
Well, I'm in the newer section of Liberty Park.
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah, over there by the new school.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't know why I've got a 5-bedroom, 4-bath house. It's stupid.
That's pretty impressive. I gotta say.
I like to invest in my money.
Yeah, I can tell. You never invite me over though. I'd like to see that place.
Well, there's no furniture. I can't afford furniture.
Okay, so you just got an empty house.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm bringing you over to my place after the show, and we're gonna have filet mignon.
Man, I cannot wait.
But because it's raining, I'm not going to be able to cook it on the grill. That was my original intention. But, I mean, are you okay, cast iron Willie on the stove?
You know what I had for dinner last night?
What?
I had sugar-free vanilla wafers.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah, I tried another snack food that was here, but I found out the expiration date was like 6 months ago. So it was not very good.
Well, I mean, I like the sugar-free wafers. I think they're pretty good.
But when they're 6 months out of date, they just are kind of fall apart like powder.
Yeah. You have to put them in a bowl, eat them with a spoon.
Oh, no. I just fed them to the dogs. No, I did not.
Good Lord.
Thanks to Chewy.com, we got Pro Purina for the little dogs. For little, I forgot their names.
Kanye.
Yeah, for Kanye, and that's his nickname. He's Dexter, but his nickname is Kanye. Then you got the little girl, and her name is Karma. And then her husband is Yada, and he's a little bit bigger.
Wait,
and
there's a wife and a husband?
Yeah, and they get busy like.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I was warned about that. I came in like, whoa, hey, get a room.
By the way, Chewy does not sponsor this podcast.
No, they do not.
And John Bird makes sure he's pretty adamant about, even when he's got a drink. Show him your drink real quick. You got to put the camera on you, cuz they ain't gonna be able to see you. There you go. Look at this. Every time he gets a drink, and I know you can't tell what that is. It's yellow sugar water.
That's the brand.
He tears the label off of his drink because he doesn't want to give anybody any free publicity. And plus,
nothing free around here, man.
Nothing free, cuzzy. Can't get nothing for free.
You want to play? You got to pay.
So, question for you, John Bird, because again, we're kind of winging it here. We don't have any real plans or constructive topics to talk about. If you were to say Tony said, John Bird, I want y'all to do a podcast tonight, and I want you to decide what y'all are going to do and what you're going to talk about, what would your ideal podcast look like?
Like this.
Okay.
I'm not good with ideas.
Of course you are. You're one of the most creative people I know. Like, just give me a general idea. If you're making a, and they're like, hey, give us one topic. What's one thing that interests you that you could talk about for 30 minutes? What would it be?
Horribly acted movies.
Okay.
I started with Plan 9 from Outer Space when I was a young teenager, and it's gone from there. I love bad movies.
That's pretty random. Can I show you a movie that I found last night on Facebook? Somebody posted.
Yeah.
This is a real movie that came out in 1992. I'm not going to show it on camera because just read that. Not out loud. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
I saw that. I was like, what? What? So bad acting. Movies with bad acting. Why don't you got some examples for us you could play for the audience?
Gee, I don't know. Let me check and see. I'm not sure if I do. I sure hope that I do. Let me see if I've got something here. Oh my gosh, I do.
Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, I love like death scenes that go on forever, awkward romantic scenes,
Yeah.
things like that. So
I
let's
gotcha.
watch some of these things. Okay.
There's a lot of clicking.
Okay, they're shooting at each other. Oh, God. Man. He's doing his own slow motion.
Wow.
Tell me, why'd you kill the master? Tell me! What? Who told you that? You're lying just to save your life. There's only one way to prove my innocence.
Wow.
Poor fella.
Oh,
He looks like he's enjoying that.
it was Stuart Gordon. Avenge our master.
Why did they do a voiceover for an English guy?
That looks like a porn movie from the 80s.
I've actually seen this one.
Whoa, no. Really?
Yes. Yes.
That can't be. Oh.
Look at that. How horrifying. Oh, no, they can't get the door open.
It looks like you're trying to get in the front door earlier.
They're punching him. Somebody wasted their.
He just hit him with a roundhouse kick. Did you see that?
Yes. What
Just
the,
process.
whenever it does that, cut it back to the camera.
Many hours of
But you gotta
finding the right
mute it.
camera angles
What the
and
heck?
watching it.
Hit skip ads.
The first trouble started.
Hit skip ads, John Bird.
it won't let me skip ahead.
Yeah, it's a skip ad on the right side.
Oh yeah. You know. Okay, here they are back. Oh. Bitch slap.
Baby! Hurts.
She says a bad word.
Take it away! It wasn't her fault, Romero. Fuck you!
Oh!
All her
I missed
fault.
it.
It's fine. It's the internet.
Man, she's getting mad.
It's all because of her!
My husband is having an affair with your wife. I don't think we should talk about it.
Tough guys.
Unless you're
don't
prepared
dance.
to kill them.
Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
He's a famous actor.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God.
You think that was in the script? Oh,
Yes.
God, oh, man.
8 times.
Yes, I would.
Would you like to fuck me?
Baby,
Look, you got the camera on me while they're saying this stuff. Look.
Oh, I got it.
Bingo.
People are
Well,
going
then
to think
let's
I
see what
said
you've
that. You're not even showing the bad
Doesn't
movies.
interest me. Nothing there.
Samurai Cop.
Nothing there.
This is famous.
Just exactly what would interest you? Something the size of a jumbo jet?
Oh my God.
That we respect the Japanese
Whoa,
of this
that's what she
country
said.
who are honest businessmen. And yeah, this is the land of opportunity.
It is.
For legitimate business.
Yes.
Not for death merchants who distribute drugs to our children through schools and on the streets.
Preach it, brother.
Now I'm telling these motherfuckers that if they continue killing our children to make their
Well, that was fun.
Listen,
I
listen.
really enjoyed that.
We've already got 2 F-bombs and an explicit reference to sexual relations. I don't think it's a big deal at this point. Like, they're either going to pull this video down or they're not. But that's the kind of podcast you would
No, it wouldn't be a cursing. I wouldn't have a cursing podcast.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. Again, it's the internet. So,
Well, I know, but I mean, yeah, for me, well, you know what? I'm interested in scary stuff.
yeah.
You know,
Like scary movies.
yeah, like a podcast like it was like it was a dark, rainy night in Massachusetts. Something like that. Were you scared?
Yes, I was terrified.
No, I did those. I did the special effects by myself.
I could tell.
Yeah.
I mean, in a way that it was very professional. That's how I could tell.
Yeah, because see, you can't see my mouth. Watch.
Well, this is why you always get the big time jobs at big production companies that need jingles and stuff like that. How does a company get a hold of you if they need a jingle? Like, what do they do? Do they email you? Is it a friend referencing you or what?
There's a bunch of different ways. The best way is birdworks@gmail.com.
Okay.
That's BYRDWERKS.com.
Did you ever think about BirdWorks, like the like audibly? It would be a bad idea to put WERKS.
Now, actually, Bubba came up with that name.
Rick,
Yeah,
Bubba
from Rick and
Bussey.
Bubba. Yeah,
Okay.
Big Bubba Bussey.
Big Bubba Bussey.
But but the problem is, I did BIRDWORKS because I figured that's the easiest one.
Right.
Well, that turned out to be a construction company. It's like, okay, I can't use that. So then I did BYRDWORKS. That turned out to be an illustrator in California. So then I went with BYRDWERKS. So that's why when I say it, I always say BYRDWERKS.
Interesting. It almost sounds like station call letters. WBYRD WERKS
Wait, you forgot the ERK. Try it again.
ERK.
Yeah.
WERK.
FM on your radio dial.
So that's how a jingle is born. We just did it ourselves.
Yeah.
WERK. What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you in radio business? Look, y'all look him in the eye while he tells you the story. I don't even know what the story is, but
I've lived a long life in radio. There's stories I can tell. There's some I can't tell. People have died at my hand. I went through that period where I lived in the gutter. Radio saved me. No, it didn't. I mean, I enjoyed doing it for a while. Probably the most fun I had was when I first got here because I had a keyboard hooked up and I was like David Letterman,
right,
kind of thing. I did that. But actually, recently would have to be the most interesting story, and that was I may have talked about that with a stalker.
Really?
Yeah, you haven't arrived until you've had a stalker. And it was a young lady who will remain nameless.
Right.
Whose initials are LL. And then. Yes. But anyway, she would call in, and she would she would call in and say, "I want to talk about so and so. Oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet." And I was really nice to her because I'm just a nice guy, and somehow it ended up with her wanting to take me to lunch, but it was like a grandma figure,
right?
Kind of thing. And I was like, okay. So we go to Jim and Nick's downtown, and we sit down, and she's sitting there, and she starts talking about there is this guy on Twitter, and he keeps tweeting me and saying these nasty things to me. And then she would pull it up and said, "Listen to this." And I'm thinking, what the hell have I gotten into? So she's and she's like, "Well, what should I do?" I said, I would block him. And then she reached over and put her hand on my hand. She said, "You're so sweet." And then, inside I was like, okay, I got to get the hell out of here.
Right.
So it got to the point where all I could do was say, I got to get out of here. And I jumped up and I ran out of the place. Now, she had made me a chocolate cake. So she comes running out after me, saying, "Where are you going? Where are you going?" And so I end up hopping in my car and taking off, and she's like running after me, and this is downtown,
Right.
yelling, you know, wait, here's your cake. Where's your cake? So the problem was I had to continue to answer the phone. And the one time that I ran across her again, she said, I just wanted to let everybody on the air know that I'm dying of cancer.
Oh.
Well, it turns out she's not. And she was an absolute psycho.
So she lied about cancer to make you feel bad.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we're dating now, but I was not, I was against it at first, but
That's
you know,
awful.
She tricked me in, with that.
Well, it's good. It's good that she's alive and she doesn't have cancer,
Yes.
but that's kind of a dirty trick to play on, a poor radio guy who's just trying to be nice.
Yeah, and that I think that was my problem because, at first she told me, well, I'm pregnant and you're the father. And I was like, wait a minute. We've only gone to dinner and then I ran away. So when she figured out that wouldn't work, I think she probably said she had cancer.
Yeah, it's I think it's a lesson in it's a good reminder that it's better to just be upfront. Like when you're looking for something or you're looking to get out of something, it's good to just go ahead and say it and throw the whole being nice to the person out the window.
Absolutely.
I don't know that I've learned that yet, but sounds like you have.
Yeah. Well, what's your story?
Radio story?
Yeah, give me a psycho radio story.
I don't have a psycho radio story. I don't think I've got anything real crazy.
Come on, dude. Of course you do.
I mean, there's the one where the old lady came up to me and said, are you Andrew? And I'm like, yeah. She says, you're a lot fatter than I thought you were going to be. That one stuck with me. I still remember that to this day. But I don't know of anything else. I mean, broadcasting for 12 hours straight during the 2014 snowstorm.
Well, that's all good stuff.
Yeah. I don't know that I got anything great.
Which
I mean,
means your career it's a great career. You haven't had any speed bumps.
Well, and I've only been in the business like 4 years, or 5, maybe going on 6 years now. I've been in the business not even 6 years, and I'm already at my 3rd radio station. What does that tell you?
That's called par for the course.
Yeah.
Because I had an opportunity to leave when we got fired, and of course it was a station change. It always is. And my morning show partner was like, all right, I got a gig in Raleigh. We're we're heading back to Carolina. It's like, no, I really kind of like it here. And I'm about to celebrate my 30th anniversary here in Birmingham.
Really?
I will soon have been here as half of my life in coming next May.
Dude, think about how different life would be for all of us if you wouldn't have stayed in Birmingham. Like, not just me, but the people along your journey to here. Like, there's people that you've probably changed their life. There's other people that you've, probably made angry or happy or sad. You may have even turned people into bad people at some point, things of that nature. But it all brought you to this place. And if it weren't for you 30 years ago saying you were going to stay in Birmingham, Alabama, there may not be a line and there may not be an over the line.
I love you, man.
Okay. Yeah, let's not make it weird.
I do. Give me a hug.
No.
We'll do it after the podcast.
Yeah, we'll do that. Okay.
Thank you, Andrew.
I think that's all we're gonna do for tonight. And I've got to go cook dinner for John Bird. You have to promise me that you're not gonna cry when you come over to my house. Just like generally, just don't cry.
Well, I mean, I may get a little emotional.
Well, I'll try.
I mean, it's really nice that you guys.
Okay. We're wrapping this up. All right. Thank you guys for checking us out. We'll be back next time. Don't forget, Roundtable Willie on Monday. Until next time, see you guys.